done.
I'll call. Press room, criminal courts building.
I'll take 2. Who stole all the aces?
3. She said she's the victim of a peeping Tom?
Ask if she's worth peeping in. I'll take 2.
Degenerates. I'm surrounded by illiterate degenerates.
Ugh, no thanks. Give it to the new guy. I'm busy.
I'm out.
Press room. A love triangle, huh? Are any of them good looking? No? Then get someone else to cover it.
Press room. Holy Moses!
Press room. A cop killer? Where at? Press room. A cop killer? Are you sure?
Press room. A cop killer on the loose. Let's go. Let's go. Come on, answer the damn thing. The biggest story in years. We're gonna get scooped. Damn you, Hildy Johnson. Where are you?
Extra! Read all about it! Cop killer Earl Williams captured, sentenced to hang tomorrow. Chicago Examiner. City room? Just a moment, I'll connect you. Chicago Examiner. Sports department, just a moment. Hey, what's this letter?
Don't ask me that. If I knew any 7-letter words, it'd be something better than a reporter.
You're fired.
Hello, Trixie. Hello. Hildy, are you coming back?
No, just visiting. Tell me, is the Lord of the Universe in today?
Yes, he is. And in a very bad humor. Shall I announce you?
No, never mind. I'll blow my own trumpet. I'll be back in a jiffy, I promise.
Even a jiffy is a long time to be away from you.
What did you say, Bruce?
I said, even a jiffy is a long time to be away from you.
I just wanted to hear it again. I can stand being spoiled a little.
It stinks.
The gentleman I'm going to have a chat with did very little spoiling.
I'd like to spoil him just once. You sure you don't want me to go in there with you?
Hi, Joe, Bruce. I started it and I'll finish it.
I suppose you're right. If it gets rough, remember, I'm here.
I'll come around, partner. Beatrice, how's advice to the lovelorn?
Hildy, I'll be a monkey's uncle. What are you doing here?
What does a girl say on meeting her divorced husband?
My advice is duck and cross with your right.
The subtle approach. I like it.
Allow me, dear.
Thanks, Bruce. I'll give you $5 if you slit his throat, Roxy.
What do you want?
Why, I'm surprised, Mr. Burns. That's the way to talk to your wife, even if she's no longer your wife.
Hello, Hildy.
Hello, Walter. Hi, Roxy. How's the slot machine queen?
Oh, I ain't doing that anymore. When you fellas now, newspaper man.
Editorial?
Obituaries. Get going, Roxy. I got company.
Wait a minute, Walter. She missed a spot. I don't know how I dreamed of this. Mr. Burns! Hildy!
Careful, Hildy. Witnesses. What do you want, Duffy? I'm busy.
Well, you're not so busy to know that the governor hasn't signed that reprieve.
What?
And that means Earl Williams hangs tomorrow and makes a sucker out of all of us.
You're crazy. Where's Matt?
He's on my phone. He just called me.
They can't do that to me. Trixie, give me that call on Duffy's wire. Hello, Mac. Burns, where's the governor? Fishing again? We'll find him. We'll check the Atlantic. If he isn't there, check the Pacific. You gotta find him. We're the only paper in town defending Earl Williams, and if he hangs tomorrow, we're finished. When you find him, tell him we want that reprieve. Well, tell him I elected him and I can have him impeached. For sure you can do it, Mac. You're the greatest reporter in the country. Now prove it. The greatest reporter in the country. First, I gotta tell him what news to get, then I gotta tell him how to get it, then I gotta write it for him afterward. Now, if you were a decent city editor...
In name only. You do all the hiring around here.
Yeah, well, I do all the firing, too. Remember that, Duffy.
I don't like to interfere with business, but would you boys pardon us?
Scram, you guys.
Mind if I sit down?
Sure.
You're a real peach, Walter.
How long is it, Hildy?
How long is it?
You know what? How long since we've seen each other?
Let's see, I was in Reno for 6 weeks, then Bermuda. About 4 months, I guess. Seems like yesterday to me.
Maybe it was yesterday. Been seeing me in your dreams?
No, Walter. Mama doesn't dream about you anymore. You wouldn't know the old girl.
Yes, I would. I'd know you any time, any place.
Anywhere. You're repeating yourself. That's the speech you made the night you proposed. Anytime, any place, anywhere.
I noticed you still remember it.
If I hadn't remembered, I wouldn't have divorced you.
You know, Hildy, I sort of wish you hadn't have done it.
Done what?
Well, divorced me. Almost makes a fellow feel he wasn't wanted.
Well, that's what divorces are for.
Nonsense. A divorce doesn't mean anything today. It's only a few words mumbled over you by a judge.
Just like our wedding.
Hildy, we got something between us nothing can change.
I suppose that's true in a way. I am fond of you, Walter. I often wish you weren't such a stinker.
Now, is that a nice thing to say?
Well, why did you promise me you wouldn't fight the divorce and then try to gum up the whole works?
Well, I meant to let you go, Hildy, but you know, you never miss the water till the well runs dry, huh?
A fella your age, hiring an airplane to write, Hildy, don't be hasty. Remember my dimple, Walter. It held things up 20 minutes while the judge ran out to watch.
Well, I don't mean to brag, but I've still got the dimple and in the same place. I just didn't want to see our home broken up.
What home?
What, home? Don't you remember the home I promised you? We were supposed to have it right after our honeymoon.
What honeymoon?
Was it my fault that coal mine had a cave in?
All I know is that instead of 2 weeks in Niagara Falls with my bridegroom, I spent 2 weeks in an underground shaft with a 60-year-old miner, getting food and air out of a tube.
We beat the whole country on that story.
Who cares? That isn't what I got married for, Walter. What's the good of... Look, Walter, I've come up here to tell you that you'll have to stop phoning me, sending me telegrams, all the rest of it, because I'm...
Tell you what, Hildy, let's not fight. You come back to the paper, and if we find we can't get along, we'll get married again.
What?
I haven't any hard feelings.
Walter, you're wonderful, in a loathsome sort of way. Now, will you promise to keep quiet long enough for me to tell you
You can
what
tell me everything over lunch. Trixie, call the diner. Have them send over a few sandwiches, huh?
You can't tell me what to do, Walter. We're divorced. I'm a free woman. You are not my husband, and you are not my boss. And what's more, you're not going to be my boss.
You got a better offer, huh?
You bet I've got a better offer.
Yeah? Well, go on and take it. Work for somebody else. That's the gratitude
I know,
I
Walter,
get.
but I can't...
What were you when you came in here? A silly college girl? I made a great reporter out of you, Hildy, then you had to go and marry me and spoil everything.
Oh, I suppose I proposed to you.
Well, practically, making filthy lies at me until I broke down and while I was drinking. A gentleman would have forgotten all about it, but not you.
You...
Saved by the bell. Hello? Yeah, well, Sweeney, what can I do for you?
This is Duffy, not Sweeney.
Oh, no, Sweeney, you can't do that to me, not today of all days.
What's the matter with you? Are you drunk?
No, Sweetie, what? Well, I suppose so. All right, if you have to, you have to.
If I have to what?
How do you like that? 365 days in the year, this has to be the day.
What's the matter?
Sweeney,
Dead?
if I get a hold of him, of all days, his wife picks the day to have a baby. Everything happens to me.
She didn't do it on purpose, Walter.
Well, I don't care whether she did or not. He's supposed to be covering Earl Williams' case, and she's got him waiting at the hospital. What's this country coming to?
You've got plenty of writers around here.
And not that can write. He's all I've got. Since you left.
No, Walter.
You gotta help me, Hildy.
Keep away.
It'll bring us together again, Hildy, just the way it used to be.
That's what I'm afraid of. Anytime, any place, anywhere.
Well, this is bigger than us. Don't do it for me, do it for the paper.
I hate this paper.
All right, well, how about money? I'll raise you 25
Listen,
bucks
you
a week.
bubble-headed baboon,
All
I
right,
keep-
35,
Please,
not a
will
cent
you
more.
just
What's the
listen
other
to me?
paper gonna give
I'm
you?
not working for any other paper.
Oh. Well, in that case, the raise is off and you go back to your old salary and like it.
Walter!
Deal! Atta girl, I knew you couldn't stay away. Ouch. What is that?
It's an engagement ring. If you'd bought me one, you'd know what one looks like. I tried to tell you right away, but you started reminiscing. I'm getting married, Walter, and also getting as far away from the newspaper business as I can get. I'm through.
Get married all you want to, Hildy, but you can't quit the newspaper business.
You can't sell me that, Walter.
Who says I can't? You're a newspaper man.
That's why I'm quitting. I want to be a woman.
I know you, Hildy, it would kill you. You're a born journalist.
Journalist. Peeking through keyholes, running after fire engines, waking people in the middle of the night, stealing pictures of old ladies that got chased by ape men. I know all about reporters, a lot of daffy Badinskis going around without a nickel in their pockets, and for what? No, Walter, I'm through.
Where'd you meet this man?
Bermuda.
Bermuda. Rich, huh?
Know what you'd call rich? He's in the insurance business.
The insurance business.
It's a good, honest
And
profession.
exciting, I'll bet.
Who cares? He forgets the office when he's with me. He doesn't treat me like an errand boy. He treats me like a woman.
He does he?
He's kind and sweet and considerate. He wants a home and children.
Well, say, sounds more like a guy I ought to marry. What's his name?
Tomorrow you can call me Mrs. Bruce Baldwin.
Tomorrow. As quick as that?
The quicker the better. Well, I finally got out what I came here to tell you. So long, Walter, and better luck next time.
I wish you everything I couldn't give you, Hildy.
Thanks.
Still, it is too bad I couldn't see this guy first. I'm pretty particular about whom my wife marries.
Forget it, Walter. It wouldn't do any good.
Oh, what, you're not afraid, are you?
Yes. Goodbye, Walter.
Come on, let's see if this guy's as good as you say.
Better.
And what does he want with you?
Ha ha ha!
Nothing personal, just asking.
He even holds the door open for me.
No kidding. Have Duffy call me on this line in 20 minutes.
Walter, I'd like you to meet Mr. Bruce.
Well, I can see right away my wife picked out the right husband for herself.
There must Bruce a mistake. I'm already married.
Already married. Hildy, you little devil. Better keep this out of the papers, Mr. Baldwin.
Oh, but my name
Mr.
is...
Burns.
Yeah, listen, excuse me here. I'm busy with Mr. Bruce Baldwin. Just leave your card at the desk.
Excuse me.
I said leave your card at the desk.
I'm Bruce Baldwin.
You're Bruce Baldwin.
Yes.
Well, then who are you?
I'm...
Well, whoever you are, I'll thank you to keep out of my affairs. I'm sorry about the mistake, and this is a pleasure, Mr. Baldwin. I thought there was something funny. You see, Bruce, you don't mind if I call you Bruce, do you? I mean, after all, we're practically related.
Well, no, not at all.
You see, my wife, your wife, that is, I mean, Hildy, had led me to expect that she was marrying a much older man.
Oh,
But I see she didn't mean old in years. You always carry an umbrella, Bruce?
well, it looked a little cloudy this morning.
And rubbers, too, I hope. A man ought to be prepared for any emergency. Attaboy, come on in, Bruce.
I thought we were going.
Well, not a chance. I'm gonna buy you 2 lunch.
Walter,
Come on, Hildy, my treat. Trixie, coffee?
I suppose I can't call this off without creating a scene, but remember, it's your last fling.
Oh, how do you like that? Here I am being nice to you and your sweetheart, and that's the thanks I get.
Coffee.
After you, Hildy. Shall I put a little rum in it, Hildy? It's a nasty day.
Why not?
Hildy,
No, just coffee, thanks.
How about you, Brucey?
a glass of milk, please.
Milk.
Yes.
No rum, I suppose.
No, Walter, just milk.
Trixie, we got any milk?
Sure, I'll just get it from the cow in the closet.
Well, maybe the delivery girl will have some. So, you're getting married tomorrow, huh? How does it feel, Brucey?
Feels awful good, yes, sir. We're taking the 4 o'clock train, and tomorrow we'll be married.
Taking the train today and being married tomorrow?
Oh, it isn't like that.
It will be perfectly all right, Walter. Mother is coming with us on the train.
Your mother.
No.
Ah, your mother. Well, of course, that relieves my mind.
Isn't it sweet of Walter still wanting to protect me?
Well, I know I wasn't a good husband, Hildy, but you can always count on me.
I don't think she'll need you very much. I aim to do most of the protecting myself.
Well, I'll tell you one thing, old man. She never looked at me the way she's looking at you.
I might have, Walter, but you were never there.
Anyway, I'm glad you two are going to be happy and have all the things I couldn't give her. Are you going to live with your mother?
Just for the first year.
Well, that'd be nice. A home with mother. A real honeymoon.
Mighty nice little town, Albany. They've got the state capitol there, you know.
Yes, I know.
Delivery?
Say, Hildy, will you ever forget the night you brought the governor back to your hotel room? She didn't even know I was in town and I was taking a
here
bath.
we are.
How's
Roast
business,
beef.
Bruce?
Well, Albany's a mighty good insurance town. People there take it out pretty
Tuna.
early in life.
How can you blame them?
That'll be $7.53 before tip.
Sure. You know,
Chicken
sometimes I
salad.
wish I'd taken out insurance, but of course now it doesn't really matter, huh?
Well, I honestly feel that I'm
Come
the
on.
one line of work that really helps people.
What do you know? I'm tapped. Can you believe it?
Yes.
Could have sworn I had a $5.
And you'd still be short.
How about it, Brucey, old boy? Help me out.
Sure. I've got a 10.
Thanks.
What about my milk?
Is he kidding?
Here's luck to the bride and the bridegroom.
I really wanted some
Dinner.
milk.
They want you on the phone, Mr. Burns.
They would.
You know, Hildy, he's not a bad fellow.
You're so nice, Bruce. You think everybody else is.
Oh, he's not the guy for you, I can see that. But I sort of like him. Got a lot of charm.
He comes by it naturally. His grandfather was a snake.
He swept me right off my feet.
That's what he did to me. He swept me right off my feet and left me lying on the floor.
Listen, Duffy, you gotta get Sweeney out on a 2 weeks vacation right away.
Paid?
Of course not. What are you, crazy? And keep your shirt on. Listen, I've got news. Hildy's coming back.
Does she know it yet?
Well, not yet, but she'll be back.
If you say so.
Oh, and tell Roxy I got a job for her.
Anything the matter?
Sweeney, one of my best reporters.
What now?
His wife had twins. He went out, got as drunk as a skunk. They can't even find him. I tell you, drink is the ruin of this nation.
You said it.
So, Sweeney gets twins and Williams gets hanged tomorrow.
Just what is the lowdown on Williams?
Oh, well, it's simple. Poor little dope who lost his job went berserk. Shot a cop who was trying to quiet him down.
If he's nuts, why doesn't the state just put him away?
The policeman was Irish,
The Irish vote happens to be very important to the mayor.
especially with an election coming up. The mayor would hang his own grandmother to be reelected.
Well, couldn't you just prove he wasn't responsible?
Well, how?
You could run an interview that would prove it.
You might have something there. Hildy, you remember that interview you wrote with Jimmy Wellman?
Of Of course, I remember it saved his life.
See, you could do it, Hildy. You could save that poor devil's life.
But I'm going away, remember, Walter?
Oops, I forgot.
Of course you did.
How long would the interview take?
About an hour for the interview, another hour to write it.
We could take a later train if it would save a man's
No,
life.
no, dear Bruce, don't you see? This is a trick to gain your sympathy. I've been waiting for something like this, Walter, but I wasn't sure when you'd spring it. If you want to save Earl Williams' life, you can interview him yourself. Bruce and I will be on that 4 o'clock train, and thanks just the same.
I'm an editor. I know it ought to be written, but I can't write it the way you could. It needs a woman's heart.
Why, Walter, you're getting poetic.
All right, we'll flip a coin. Heads, you leave and spend the rest of your life changing diapers and wiping noses. Tails, you spend the next few hours winning a Pulitzer. What do you say?
No, thanks. I've been on the wrong side of that coin before.
You see what I mean? She never trusted me. You argue with her. Otherwise, you're going on a honeymoon with blood on your hands because you were too selfish to wait 2 hours. I tell you, Earl Williams' face will come between you two on the train tonight, and at the preacher's tomorrow, and all the rest of your lives.
Bravo, what a performance! Don't let it fool you, Bruce. It's only an act.
What do you mean, only an act? Haven't you got any feeling?
Well, it's either an act on your part or a miracle on Sweeney's.
What do you mean?
I happen to know Sweeney was only married 3 months ago. If he's got twins this morning, I bet there was a shotgun involved.
All right, Hildy, I'm licked. But I'll make you and Bruce a business proposition.
We're not interested.
You're a smart young man, Bruce. You let Hildy do this story for me, and you can write me out a $100,000 insurance policy. What do you say?
I don't use my wife for business purposes, Mr. Burns.
Whoa,
Spirited.
whoa, wait a minute, Bruce. What's the commission on a $100,000 policy?
Well, at his age, a little over $1,000.
Listen, Bruce, I don't want Walter Burns to use me, but I'm perfectly willing to use him. How long will it take to get him examined?
I could get a company doctor here in 20 minutes.
Now you're talking.
You keep out of this. Bruce, you examine Walter in his office. I'll be in the press room at the criminal courts building. Phone me as soon as you get that check. Then I'll go get the interview, and you can phone Mother that we're taking the 6 o'clock train. And no tricks, Walter.
What tricks would I pull?
Oh, nothing. Of course, you may cancel the show. Wait a minute. I want that check certified, Walter.
All right, the check will be certified. Want my fingerprints too?
No, thanks. I've still got those. Well, I'll hop over to the press room and see the boys for the background on this yarn. Remember, it must be certified.
Yes, dear.
Oh, wait a minute. Bruce, have you got that money?
500, sure.
Let me have it. I'll get the tickets.
But-
Believe me, Bruce, I know what I'm doing. He'd get you in a crap game.
But I don't gamble, Hildy.
I know a lot of men who didn't do anything until they met Walter Burns.
A lot of women too.
500. Be careful, honey.
You be careful. So long, husbands.
Never known Hildy to be so determined before.
You haven't seen anything yet.
It's like a brick.
Where's that coffee anyway? There's still one.
Criminal Courts Press Room, this is McHugh. And no, nothing new on the Williams case yet, boss. Oh, you bet. I'm plugging away every minute. Up a dime.
Drop-a-roo.
I'll call.
3 6s. That any good?
Sure looks good from here.
Hildy! Holy mackerel.
What do you know? You coming back?
No, I'm just covering the Earl Williams story. Then I'm leaving tonight for Albany, and I'll be married in the morning.
Aw, who's the lucky fella?
Mr. Bruce Baldwin, a gentleman in the insurance business. And when I say gentleman, I mean nothing like Walter Burns. Any other questions?
Well, that about covers everything.
Good, now I've got questions. Did Earl Williams know what he was doing when he fired that gun?
Well, if you ask us, no. If you ask the state shrinks, yes.
It's a simple story. Earl Williams gets a job at E.J. McCloskey Manufacturing Company. When McCloskey goes out of business, Williams is out on the street.
So he wanders around listening to the cuckoos make speeches about saving the world. Before long, he starts making his own speech.
Except he did it on a busy street corner without a license. At first, the cops let him alone because he's harmless.
But one day, he decides to hold a meeting right in the middle of a veterans parade, and the cops chase him. He gets scared and goes into hiding.
So what's the problem?
No problem. Minor nuisance.
Except His Honor, the dishonorable mayor of Chicago. A man always looking for a little election leverage comes out with a statement that Earl Williams is a dangerous character in the employ of foreign governments, and the police are going to get him dead or alive.
They get a tip that he's hiding in Molly Malloy's joint. And this policeman,
Irish policeman.
Irish policeman, goes to pick him up. Williams has read the papers, thinks the cop's gonna kill him, and shoots first. That's the story.
Say, that's old Prissy Bensier's desk you just put your stockings in.
I know, boys. Everyone deserves a thrill once in a while. All right, now that I'm up to date, deal me in. Examiner. Walter Burns, please.
Burns here.
Hello, Walter. How's the old double-crosser?
It's about time. What have you got to report?
I've got the dope from the boys.
Going all right, huh?
Fine.
Doctor, will you please keep quiet? How do you expect me to get my work done?
How do you expect me to get any work done if you're going to keep on that phone?
Just give me the verdict.
Should we go ahead with the funeral plans?
Sorry to disappoint you. I'm in the pink of condition. Plus, they found 2 new dimples. Would you like to see?
I'll take your word for it. Remember, Walter, no checky, no story. Well, as soon as you're done, have that new man of mine call me up. All right, boys. Up a dime.
Right back at you.
You fight it out.
And up a dime.
I call. What do you got?
3 bullets.
These kings up. What are you gonna do with all that money, Hildy?
Yeah, no place to spend it in Albany.
Oh, I'm sure I'll think of something.
Oh, hello, Harvard. Got anything new on the hanging?
Why don't you fellows get your own news?
Can't you say hello to a fella?
Hildegard, are you back?
No, I'm just covering the Earl Williams story until I can get the next train out of here.
Hildy's getting married tomorrow.
Well, congratulations. Better luck this time.
Well, she isn't for a bridesmaid, Hildy.
Come on, Hildy, your deal.
Say, who put these stockings on my desk?
Oh, we thought they were yours.
This is Benzinger. I just saw the sheriff. He won't move the hanging up a minute. It's set for 7 o'clock in the morning. Put the rewrite man on.
Why can't they hang that guy at a reasonable hour so we can get some sleep?
Jake, you lead on the hanging. This new shrink from New York, Dr. Maxine J. Egelhofer, is going to interview Williams in about half an hour in the sheriff's office.
This must be the 10th shrink they've run at him. If he wasn't crazy before, he will be by the time they get through with him.
Here's the
Give me the
situation on the eve of the hanging.
This is Murphy. More slop on the hanging.
A double guard's been thrown around the town to prepare for the expected uprising of radicals at the hour of execution.
Ready? The sheriff's just put 200 more relatives on the payroll to protect the city against the Red Army, which is leaving Moscow in a couple of minutes. Up a dime.
The sheriff has just received 4 more letters threatening his life, but he says nothing can interfere with his duty.
And to prove to the voters that the Red Menace is on the level, the sheriff has just written himself 4 more letters threatening his life. I knew he wrote them on account of the misspellings.
What do you got, Hildy?
Kings and sixes.
Think you could take an earlier train?
I don't know. This makes me feel funny.
Well, why shouldn't I make Hildy my beneficiary? I've got nobody else to leave it to.
Well, I feel I ought to take care of her.
Well, you will, Bruce, you will, but this is a debt of honor. I was a very bad husband. Hildy could have got a lot of alimony, but she was too independent.
Well, I'm independent too.
Think of it as insurance. You can never have too much insurance, right, Bruce?
Well, if you put it that way,
And remember this, Bruce. I love her too.
I'm beginning to realize that.
And the beauty of it is she'll never have to know until I've passed on.
Gee, you almost make me feel like a heel come in between you.
Here's that certified check you asked for. It's not a fact by 5:30. Just have him hang me alongside Williams.
Don't worry, Duffy, you'll have it back by 5. But just in case, you might want to talk to Bruce here about some life insurance. Here you are, Bruce, certified and everything.
Certified. I'm afraid Hildy'd feel ashamed to think she had entrusted you, but she'll know someday.
That's all I ask. Oh, wait a minute. Got a feeling it's going to start coming down.
Thanks. I'll phone Hildy right away to get that story.
Well, anyway, I know Hildy's getting a good man.
Thanks a lot.
Don't thank me, I should thank you. So long.
So long.
Thanks for the wedding present, boys.
I sure ain't gonna miss the way you play poker, Hildy. Lend me $2, will ya?
Nothing doing. These days I'm playing for keeps.
I do wish they'd stop that practicing.
Well, anyhow, I won't be covering stories like this anymore.
What's the matter, getting yellow?
Press room. For you, Hildy.
Hello? Oh, hello, Bruce. Have you got it? Is it certified?
Certified and everything. Got it right here in my wallet.
Don't keep it in your wallet.
Why not?
Well, you see, there's this old newspaper superstition that the first big check you get, you put it in the lining of your hat. That gives you good luck for 10 years.
Where'd you get that hooey? I've been a reporter 20 years and never
I
heard
made it up,
anything.
and who's asking you?
Hildy,
Yes, I know it's silly, dear, but do it for me, won't you? Right now.
wait a minute.
Murphy here.
All right, I've done it.
Now, darling, you go back to the hotel and pack up Mother and pick me up here about 5:30. Here, take this with you.
Oh,
You don't say.
Where are you off to, Hildy?
Never you mind, fellas. Tomorrow, you can read it and weep.
Guess who finally kicked it? Richard Loeb.
What happened?
A fellow prisoner stuck a knife in him for making an unwanted homosexual advance.
Give me the obituaries.
Not a very nice way to get your sentence commuted.
Yeah, I got one for you. Richard Loeb, a brilliant murderer, college student and master of the English language. Today ended the sentence with a proposition.
What do you think, Curly? Snoozy floozy at the 5th at Washington Park?
Sorry, Morty. I don't know much about horse racing.
This is a jailbreak!
Don't shoot!
Oh, hello, Hildy. What are you doing around here?
I want to interview Earl Williams.
Oh,
No more interviews. Besides, another one of them doctors is coming over.
I'll give you a 20 if you let me in. Yeah.
You know how to cheat. Earl, you got company.
good evening, Doctor.
No, I'm a reporter, Earl.
Please, no more questions.
Of course not, no questions. I was just curious why you didn't plead insanity.
Well, you see, I couldn't plead insanity because I'm just the same as everybody else.
You didn't mean to shoot that policeman.
Of course not. I didn't mean to kill anybody. It's against my beliefs.
Your beliefs? What do you believe in, Earl?
I believe that we should do away with the whole profit system and use production for use only. There's enough food, water, and shelter to go around if we all just use some sense. Everything has a purpose. Food was meant to be eaten, not stored away in restaurants while poor people starve. Clothing was meant to be worn, not put away in stores while people went naked. Doesn't that make sense?
Yes, that makes a lot of sense, Earl.
Just use things the way they were meant for, that's all.
Sure. What's the purpose of a gun, Earl?
A gun? To shoot, of course.
Is that how you came to shoot that policeman?
I guess. Everything has a purpose. Simple, isn't it?
It's getting simpler.
It's not crazy or anything, is it?
Who sent you the flowers, Earl?
Miss Molly Malloy. She's a wonderful person.
You figuring on marrying Molly?
Oh, no. She's much too good for me.
How did you get in here?
Same way you did.
I gave strict orders. No interviews without my permission.
All right, then I'll just run the story that Sheriff Hartman is afraid to let reporters interview his prisoner. What's Sheriff hiding? Ding. With an election coming, that headline ought to sell a ton of papers.
Now, wait a minute. What were you going to write about Williams anyways?
Nothing much, just that the state proved he's sane and he claims he's sane. But if you don't want me to run it, I can just...
Oh, that's all right, Hildy. You always wrote a good hanging story. How you doing, Earl?
Fine, Sheriff.
That's nice. They got another doctor coming to see you.
Wanna run, Sheriff?
Hildy, want to take us hanging tomorrow? 7 a.m. sharp.
No, thanks. I've got plans. Thanks, Earl.
Don't forget about production for use.
I won't.
Sure is a hell of a lot easier to win when Hildy ain't around.
Who's this guy she's gonna marry?
Baldwin.
I give it 6 months.
Why?
Did you see her eyes light up when she walked in here? She's got headlines in her veins.
Yeah, she says she's gonna write fiction.
Well, if she's gonna write fiction, she ought to stay in the newspaper business.
Well, Miss Molly Malloy.
Hello, Molly.
Nice tricks, Molly.
I've been looking for you, Trimps.
Kid, those were pretty roses you sent Earl. What do you want done with them at 7:01 tomorrow?
A lot of wise guys, ain't ya?
You're breaking up the game, Molly. What do you want?
I want to tell you what I think of you. All of you.
Tell it to the Marines.
If you was worth breaking my fingers on, I'd tear your face wide open.
What are you sore about, sweetheart? Wasn't that a swell story we gave you?
You crumbs have been making a fool out of me long enough.
She oughtn't be allowed
I
in here.
never said I loved Earl Williams and was willing to marry him on the gallows. You made that up, and about me having a love nest with
You've
him.
been sucking around that cougar ever since he's been in the death house. Everybody knows you're a sweet.
That's a lie. I only met him once the day before the shooting. He was wandering around in the ring without his hat and coated like a sick dog. I went up to him like any decent human being would, and I asked him what was the matter, and he told me about being fired, and I brought him up to my room because it was warm there.
Put it on a phonograph.
Just because you want to fill your dirty paper with a lot of lying scandal, you gotta crucify him and make a stooge out of me.
Got a match?
Yeah. You want a skunk? I tell you, he just sat there talking to me all night and never once laid a hand on me. In the morning, he went away and I never saw him again until the day of the trial. Go on, laugh. I'd like to know some curses bad enough for your greasy souls. Sure, I was his witness, the only one he had. Yeah, me. Cheap little Molly Malloy, the only one with guts enough to stand up for him. I told the truth and everyone knows it. That's why you're persecuting me. Because Earl Williams treated me decent and not like some animal, and I said so.
Why don't you go and see your boyfriend?
But you'll have to hurry up. You'll have to wake up call for 7 a.m.
It's a wonder a bolt of lightning don't come down and strike you all dead.
Stop. You're making me cry.
Shame on you! A poor little fellow that never meant nobody no harm. Sitting there alone this minute with the angel of death beside him, you bragging swine!
man, what's the difference? I haven't won a hand since the St. Valentine's Day massacre.
Press room. Oh, Hildy just stepped out. Who? Oh, Mr. Bruce Baldwin. Well, if you'll hang on a minute, she ought to be right back. The blushing bridegroom himself.
What's he want?
He wants Hildy and sounds very excited.
Gentlemen of the press, always picking on someone who can't defend themselves. The littler the better.
Phone for you, Hildy.
Who is it?
Some guy wants to sell you some insurance. Are you in?
Hello, Bruce. What? Where are you? How'd that happen? Oh, I'll be right over.
Boy, did you see her go?
Probably went without his hanky and wants Mom to wipe his nose.
I give that marriage 4 months.
Get me the sheriff, will you?
Sheriff speaking.
This is Benzinger. How about that favor you owe me?
What favor?
You know what one.
Oh, that one.
I insist that you hang Earl Williams at 5 a.m. instead of 7. It won't hurt you, and we can make the city edition.
Once and for all, no. I'm not afraid of your stinking newspaper. How do you like that, Doctor? They won't me hang Earl Williams at their convenience.
Newspapers, the scum of modern civilization.
You said it.
Of course, I sort of did promise I'd give out a statement when I got through here. You don't mind.
Well, I don't suppose that's ethical. All official statements are supposed to come through me.
Well, we could give a joint interview. I could give the psychological aspects of the case, and you could give
The legal aspects. I like that. A joint interview. You'd even have our picture taken together.
the doctor and the sheriff.
The sheriff and the doctor.
Excuse me. Are you two off the roof?
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot you were here. Mr. Williams, who do you feel is responsible for your execution?
The system. But I ain't afraid to die, Doctor. I'm dying for what I believe.
I see. You realize, however, that you committed a crime?
In a legal sense, yes. But actually, no, I'm innocent. I didn't do anything.
I see. Just one more thing. I'd like to reenact the crime, Mr. Williams. Sheriff, may I have your gun, please?
Sure.
Now, the sheriff will be Molly Malloy, whose room you're in. You will be Earl Williams, and I will be the policeman. Follow me, Mr. Williams?
Yes, ma'am.
So now I say to you, Earl Williams, you are under arrest, and you point your gun at me.
Well, it wasn't exactly that way.
Point the gun at me. Then what did you do?
Can I go now?
Girl, whatever you want.
Mr. Gilder, I've never stolen anything in my life. No, you didn't. Can't imagine you planted that watch on me. For a minute I thought maybe Walter Burns was behind it. But then I remembered he was too nice a fellow. Just why I left you. How'd you talk that lieutenant into drawing me a charge?
I remember Ryan told me that 500 a month for forgetting his brother-in-law runs a roulette game on 43rd Street. What a swell interest story it would make. What's the matter?
I lost my wallet.
The check, Bruce.
Oh, that's right here. Gee, lucky you telling me about that old newspaper superstition.
Yes, wasn't it?
Oh, have you finished the Williams story?
Almost. I just have to stick an exclamation point on it. Now you stay here, Bruce. I'll be out in 3 minutes. You're not taking any more chances. Don't you dare to move.
But the state has a production for use plan 2. It has a gallows, and at 7 a.m., unless a miracle occurs, that gallows will be used to separate the soul of Earl Williams from his body. And out of Molly Malloy's life will go the one kindly soul she ever knew. That's as far as she got. Boy, can that girl write or what?
I don't think it's very ethical to eat other people's stuff.
No, don't give us that epic stuff. You'll be the only one to swipe any of it.
I still say anybody that writes like that isn't going to give it up to sew socks for some insurance guy. I give that marriage 3 months, and I'm laying 3 to 1. Any takers?
I'll take that bet. It's getting so a girl can't step out of a room without being discussed by a bunch of old ladies. Give me that. Chicago Examiner. Walter Burns, please.
Well, Hildy, we were only saying that a swell reporter like you wouldn't give this up so easily.
Oh, I can give it up, all right. I'm going to live a
It's
normal
better
life,
be you,
not
Hildy.
like you rats.
Hildy!
Hello, Walter, dear. Oh, I didn't mean dear. That was just a habit. I've got some news for you.
Did you get the interview?
Of course I got the interview, but I've got some news that's more important. Better get a pencil and write it down. All ready?
Fire away.
Get this, you double-crossing chimpanzee! There ain't gonna be any interview and there ain't gonna be any story. That certified check of yours is leaving with me in 20 minutes. And if I ever see you again, it's going to be just too bad.
What's the matter?
Oh, come on over and I'll tell you the story of Roxy's watch. You skunk in sheep's clothing. Oh, and there's one more thing I'd like you to listen
We had a deal, Hildy.
Yes, I know, but I just said I'd write it. I didn't say I wouldn't tear it up.
You double-crossing
Save
little...
it, Walter. It's all little pieces now, and I hope to do the same for you sometime. And that's my farewell to the newspaper game. I'm going to live a normal life and have a home. I'm going to be a woman and not a news-getting machine. I'm going to have babies and nurse them and love them and give them cod liver oil and worry about their new teeth, and I swear, the minute I even catch them looking at a newspaper, I'm going to brain them. Now, where's my hat?
Restroom.
Hildy!
Yes, Mr. Burns, she's still here.
Oh, I'll take this one. Now, where's my hat?
Bye, Hildy. So long, Hildy.
Goodbye, Gilbert.
Send us a postcard, kid.
Well, so long, you wage slaves. When you're crawling up fire escapes, getting kicked out of front doors, and eating Christmas dinners and dives, don't forget your pal, Hildy Johnson. Oh, and remember my husband if you ever need any life insurance.
There's a jailbreak!
Gordon Cooley, what's the matter? What's happened?
Who got Wally? Who was it? Who? Who'd he say?
Oh, William!
Williams got away!
Hurry up, this is important. Look out!
Watch where you're aiming, William!
Give me the desk, there's been a jailbreak. Flash! Earl Williams just escaped.
Williams on the loose. More late.
Walter Burns, quick!
What is it?
Walter Hildy!
What, haven't you had your fill, huh, Hildy?
Earl Williams just escaped from the county jail.
Go on, rub it in, rub it in.
Listen, you toad!
Holy cow!
You hear that, Walter? It's on the level, and I'm on the job.
That's my girl.
There was a terrible gun battle in the courtyard.
The prisoner escaped in a hail of gunfire.
You need to calculate. Earl Williams on the loose.
Police consider him armed and dangerous.
Gordon Cooley, I want to talk to you.
Hildy, I can't. I'm busy.
Look what I found laying on the floor.
Is that money?
Uh-huh.
Oh, it sounds like a lot of money.
I don't know, is $450 a lot of Gordon's salary?
Yes.
I wonder whose it could be.
You know, I believe it might be
Oh,
mine.
you better be sure, Gordon. The man this money belongs to would know just how Williams got that gun and escaped.
I'm sure he does.
The cue here. Williams got up to the skylight. And probably slid down the rain pipe to the street.
Give me the desk.
No, nobody knows where he got the gun. But I bet Molly Malloy smuggled it into him.
The Crime Commission has offered a reward of $10,000 for Williams' capture.
Call you back.
No clue yet as to Williams' whereabouts, but there's been an accident about a tear gas bomb.
Give me the desk.
Yeah, tear gas bomb. Criminals cried for it.
Oh, peace and quiet.
This bomb went off in the hands of Sheriff Hartman's bombing squad.
What went off?
4 of the sheriff's deputies were rushed to the hospital.
A fine friend you are.
One of them was Merwin Edsel, the mayor's brother-in-law.
After all I've done for you.
Howard Schenken, the sheriff's uncle on his mother's side.
Hello, Jake. More on Sheriff Hartman's manhunt.
William Lundgren, the sheriff's landlord. Lester Bartow, who married the sheriff's niece. Nah, the homely one.
While at work on the 8th floor of the Commerce Building, a scrub lady was shot in the leg by one of Sheriff Hartman's deputies.
Oh.
There goes another scrub lady.
I'm on it.
Any dope yet on how Williams got out?
Oh, I hear the sheriff let him out so he could vote for him.
I'm very disappointed in you, Hildy Johnson.
How do you suppose Williams got that gun, Hildy?
How would I know?
Gotta go.
Chicago Examiner.
Walter Burns, quick.
Hildy,
Walter, I've got the inside scoop on how Williams got that gun and escaped.
an exclusive. That's great, Hildy.
It cost me $450 to tear it out of Warden Cooley.
Never mind it. What's the scoop?
Never mind it. That's not my money. That's Bruce's money.
Keep your pants on. You'll get it. I'll have it sent right down to you. I swear to my mother's...
Your mother's alive, Walter.
Well, I was hoping. What's the story?
Well, this expert, Dr. Egelhofer from New York, decides to make Williams reenact the crime. So the sheriff gave his gun to the professor gave his gun to Earl, and Earl gave it right back to the professor in the stomach.
A double murder, what a story.
No, she's okay. They took her to the county hospital where they're afraid she'll recover.
Ah, that's too bad.
Don't forget the money, Walter.
Will you stop worrying about the money? It'll be there in 15 minutes.
Well, it better be, because Bruce is waiting downstairs in a taxi cab, and that meter is ticking away my honeymoon.
Uh-huh. There's a guy waiting in front of the criminal courts building, rubber's umbrella, in a taxi cab. You know the type.
Uh-huh.
Can you handle him?
I've never flopped you before, have I?
Well, scram, you got about 2 minutes. I'm sorry to keep you waiting, Hildy. How much was it again?
$450.
Hang on. Roxy! Where can I get $450?
It's counterfeit.
Are you out of your mind? Counterfeit. You know, that's even better. Go. It's on its way. I'm sending it over with Roxy. Thanks for the story and
Save
good
the
luck.
thanks, Walter. Just see that that money gets here.
Oh, Hildy, I thought you were gone.
I thought so, too. Hello? Bruce, I thought you were downstairs.
I've been arrested.
Again? What for this time?
Soliciting,
Prostitute.
Oh, Bruce, can't I leave you alone for 3 minutes?
I'm at the 27th precinct. Hurry.
All right, I'll be over in 20 minutes. That stinker! Come on. Come on, Walter, pick up.
Trixie, will you answer the... Examiner.
Get me Walter Burns!
He just stepped out, Hildy.
Well, he was there just a minute ago. Have him call me back. Walter Burns calls, hold the wire. I'll be right back.
Okay, Hildy. Wilson here. Mrs. Phoebe DeWolf, South State Street, gave birth in a patrol wagon. On a race with a stork, Sheriff Hartman and his rifle squad acted as midwife. When the baby was born, the rifle squad examined him carefully to see if it was Earl Williams, who they knew was hiding somewhere. No, we can't get anyone to give an official statement yet. Well, speaking of the devil, I want a statement on the Williams case, Mayor.
Don't pester me now, please. I got a lot on my mind.
No comment. Good luck.
Have you seen Sheriff Hartman?
Sorry to say, Your Honor, this place is so full of cockroaches.
Say, Your Honor, what effect is this jailbreak gonna have on the Irish voters?
In what way can an unavoidable misfortune of this sort influence the duty of every citizen, Irish or otherwise?
Your Honor, is there a red menace or ain't there?
Sheriff Hartman, where the hell have you been?
Hiding.
What's the dope, Sheriff?
Who engineered this getaway?
We've got him located.
Williams?
Where is he?
He's at his old apartment squad. You can catch the ride squad. We're just heading out.
Pete! I need to talk to you.
Not right now, Fred. I'm busy.
Did you actually give Williams that gun?
I gave it to the professor. I thought it was for something scientific.
Your Honor. Wilson calling. How about a statement on the Red Uprising tomorrow, Mayor?
What Red Uprising?
There'll be no red uprising.
Give me a rewrite. I just heard from the governor that the situation calls for militia.
You can quote me as saying that anything that governor says is a tissue of lies.
Hello, Jake. This is a red-hot statement from the governor. It is a lucky thing for the city that next Tuesday is election day, for the citizens will thus be saved the expense of impeaching the mayor and the sheriff. That's all. Call you back. Nice to have seen you, Mayor. Sheriff.
Pete, as mayor, I have to make many decisions, some unpleasant.
Look, Fred, just give me a couple of hours. I'm doing everything humanly possible. I've sworn 400 deputies.
400? Do you want to bankrupt this administration?
I'm giving them $12 an hour.
$12 for those rheumatic uncles of yours!
If you're talking about my brother-in-law, he worked for the city for 15 years.
Pete, you're through.
What do you mean I'm through?
I mean, I'm scratching your name off the ticket and running Chernecki in your place. It's nothing personal.
Our family's Fred. I've always thought of best as my own sister. Hello? What? 400 suppers? Nothing doing. This is a manhunt, not a banquet. $12 includes everything. You see what I'm up against?
Sorry, Pete. If there was any other way out.
There is another way. We've got the lousy communists surrounded.
Williams ain't a red, and you know it.
Well, there's a lot of communistic sympathizers.
But they've got nothing to do with this case. There were 200,000 votes at stake, and unless we hang Earl Williams tomorrow, we're going to lose them.
We are going to hang him. He can't get away.
What do you mean he can't get away?
Excuse me?
He got away, didn't he?
I was
told Sheriff Hartman might be here.
I'm Sheriff Hartman.
You're certainly a very hard fellow to find, Sheriff.
What do you want?
This is from the governor.
What's from the governor?
A reprieve for Earl Williams.
For who?
Earl Williams, a reprieve.
The governor gave me his word he wouldn't interfere.
Who else knows about this?
He wrote it just after he got back from fishing.
Get the governor on the phone.
You can't get him on the phone. He's duck shooting.
Fishing, duck shooting! He spends 8 years trying to get into the governor's mansion, and then when he gets there, he's never there.
Read it. Insane, he says. The governor knows very well that Earl Williams ain't insane.
Yes, but I...
Pure politics.
Attempt to ruin us.
Dementia. Paranoia.
We gotta think fast before these lying reporters get away. What do I tell them?
Tell him I just asked for your resignation.
Hello? What? What? Where? Holy Moses!
What is it?
We got Earl Williams. The riot squad's in his apartment.
You covered that phone. Now listen, you never arrived here with this reprieve.
Yes, I did. Just now. Don't you remember?
How much do you make a week? What's your salary?
$40.
Well, how would you like to have a job that pays $350 a month?
Who? Me?
Who do you think? Now listen, there's an opening in the city sealer's office.
You mean here in the city?
Yes, yes.
I couldn't work in the city. You see, my 2 kids go to school in the country. If I change them from town to town, they'd lose a grade.
No, they wouldn't. They'd gain one. And I guarantee you they'll graduate with highest honors.
Well...
Good! You start Monday. Now listen, you never delivered this. You got caught in traffic or mugged or something. Now get out of here and don't let anybody else see you!
I don't know what a city sealer does.
I will explain it Monday.
Is it hard? Because my health ain't what it used to be.
We will fix that too. Now listen, go to this address. Use the side door. Ask for Betty. She'll take care of you for the night, if you know what I mean.
Betty?
Tell her Mr. Big sent you.
Fred?
And here's $50 on the account. Now go, get out of here.
Fred!
What?
She's not a he, she's a she. You can't send a she to Betty.
What? Oh. Now, Pete, I want you to tell them to shoot to kill.
What?
Shoot to kill, I said.
What about that reprieve if someone finds out?
Nobody reprieved that policeman he murdered.
Hello? Shoot to kill. That's the orders. Pass him along and...
$500 to the man who does the job.
$500 to the man who does the job. Well, that was the right thing to do.
Of course it is, Pete.
Good thing there's an election coming up. Or I might have this on my conscience.
Say, officer, you got any tips on where Williams is hiding?
Sheriff, can you confirm the fact that Molly Malloy smuggled the gun into him?
I just heard a rumor that Williams got out through the skylight. Can you confirm?
Can you verify?
Is that a fact? Elodie. Roxy, have you got my dough?
Keep your shirt on. First you gotta sign a receipt.
Come on with that money.
100, 200, 300, 400.
And 50?
Right, can't blame a gal for trying. Now sign.
Okay.
Thanks. So long, Hildy.
And so long, nothing, you no good pickpocket. Where's Bruce Baldwin's wallet?
You mean this Bruce Baldwin's wallet?
Give me that.
Must have dropped it in Burns' office. Didn't think he'd be needing it since Trixie had him put in jail again.
What?
Oops.
Yes, give me the county hospital, please.
Drop that phone!
Put down that gun, Earl. You're not going to shoot me. I'm your friend, remember? I've got to write that story about your production for use.
Yeah, that's right. Production for use.
So you don't want to kill me.
That's right, I don't want to kill anybody. Just want to be left alone.
There's just one thing I want to clear up.
Keep away.
I don't blame you, Earl. If I were in your place, I wouldn't trust anybody.
I said keep away. Well, I guess I used up all the bullets.
Jeez, Earl! You've got to promise me you'll never do that again.
I'm so tired. I couldn't go through another day like this.
Don't talk so loud.
waking me up in the middle of the night, talking to me about things that they don't understand, calling me a Bolshevik when I'm just an anarchist. I wish they'd just take me back and hang me.
Walter Burns, please. Hello? Oh, hello, Bruce.
Hildy, it's been 15 minutes.
I know, Bruce, but something's happened. Please, you have to listen. I have the biggest news to
Burns
tell.
here.
Hold on. Walter, come over here right away.
What for?
Hildy, are you there?
Wait. Bruce, just a second. I'll explain everything. Walter, get this. I've got Williams.
Earl Williams.
Yes, here in the press room. Now hurry, I need you. All right, listen, Bruce. This is the biggest thing that's ever happened. I just captured Earl Williams.
The murderer? That sounds rather dangerous.
I'll be over the minute I turn him over to the paper.
Where is he? Have you seen him?
Gotta go, dear.
He comes around somewhere. They're gonna shoot him like a dog.
Trust me, Molly. They haven't got him. Now stay calm and help me.
What do you mean?
Hello, Molly.
Earl! Quiet! Oh,
Don't cry, Molly. There's nothing to cry about.
how'd you get here, Earl?
Down the drain pipe and through the window. Forgot to thank you for these flowers. They're beautiful.
That's all right, Earl. You gotta help me get him out of here, someplace where I can take care of him.
Let him take me, Molly. It's better that way.
No, I'll never let him.
Quiet, you two, or we're sunk. We've got to think of something before those reporters get back.
Hey, who locked the door?
Just a second. Get in the desk, Earl.
What'll it do?
You want to get out of here?
Go on, Earl, please.
Let him take. They'll find me anyhow.
Keep dead quiet. Don't even breathe.
I'll stay right here. I won't leave you.
All right, Molly. Faint. What's the idea? Never mind. Just play dead.
What's going on?
I'm coming. Faint.
Exclusive, ain't ya? We got calls to make, you know.
Run down and get some smelling salts with you.
Smelling salts? What's going on in here?
Molly Malloy, what you doing all laid out like that?
Maybe she's working.
She came up here, had hysterics, and passed out. I've been trying to get her to come too. What's the big idea? Here you go, Molly.
Nah, she'll be all right. Give me the desk.
City desk. Well, they surrounded the house all right, only they forgot to tell Williams that he wasn't there.
Oh, Hildy, I thought you'd gone. Well, I was going, but Molly fainted, and I thought I ought to do what I could. Some party going on out there. The whole police force standing on its ear.
No one got Williams yet.
Okay, later.
Murphy here.
Where? William Street Station? All right, connect me.
Are you all right now?
Yeah, I'm feeling fine.
An occasional bath can do wonders.
Yeah, hold on. An old lady just called the detective bureau and claims she's got Williams hiding in their cellar. Well, we've looked every other place. You want to go see?
I'm nuts with all this chasing around. I blew $1.40 on taxis for nothing.
Yeah, I'm beat. If he stumbles in here, then I'll write a story.
Fine bunch of reporters. Biggest story in 2 years, and they're too lazy to go after it. Go on, I'll cover this end.
You sound pretty anxious to get rid of us. You trying to scoop us or something?
Something smells. Yeah, if you ask me, I bet Molly gave you that story on how Williams got that gun. You smuggled that gun into Williams, Molly?
I didn't do nothing.
Come clean.
Oh, why don't you leave her alone? She's ill.
You two are pals now. I think he's right. Molly did give her some kind of story.
Yeah, something screwy.
Well,
Mrs. Baldwin, mother.
Don't you mother me, playing cat and mouse with my poor boy. Supposed to be married tomorrow and keeping him locked up, making us miss 2 trains.
Mother, I can explain everything.
Just give me my son's money and you can stay here with that murderer you caught.
Murderer?
Which one of them is it? They all look like murderers to me.
should we tell her what she looks like?
Wait a minute. Just what murderer did you catch, Hildy?
I never said any such thing.
Are you calling my Bruce a liar? He told me himself.
I knew something stunk around here.
What do you mean she caught a murderer?
Williams, is that who you're talking about? I never said anything like that.
Yes, you did.
I said I was trying to catch one. You're just confused, Mother.
Come clean, Hildy, or we'll make you
Hildy,
wish
you gonna cross us for Walter Burns after the way he treated you?
Come on, Hildy, spill it.
I'm the one that knows where Earl Williams is.
What do you mean you know?
Go find out on your own, you heels. You don't think I'm gonna tell you?
Leave her alone. She's goofy.
Oh, you ain't getting out of here.
Come on now.
Where is he? Do you want us to call the cops?
Leave me alone, Ralph. I'll knock your heads off.
Oh, so you want to play rough now, Molly?
Get away from me, you bunch of creeps.
Grab her.
You gotta get out of me.
Take me out of here.
Oh, the poor girl. The poor girl.
Come on, fellas.
Oh, did you see?
Yes, where is he?
She jumped out of the window.
I know. Where have you got Williams?
He's in the desk. Thank heaven she's still alive.
How you doing?
I can't stand it.
Well, keep quiet. You're sitting pretty.
What's in there?
Who is she?
What's Mother doing?
Shut up.
I won't shut up. You're doing something wrong.
Mother, please.
Roxy, take the lady somewhere.
Hi, I'm Roxy Palooza.
Put her on ice. See that she doesn't talk to anyone in the way.
Do that.
Tell him it's a case of DTs. Where do you think you're going?
I've got to get Bruce out of jail.
Why? At least he's getting some rest. Besides, Hildy, you can't desert now. This is war.
Here's your story smeared all over the front page. Earl Williams caught by the Chicago Examiner. You can have the credit. I'm getting out, and this time I mean it.
What do you mean getting out? You got the whole city by the seat of the pants, Hildy.
No, but
This isn't just a story, it's a revolution. The greatest piece of journalism since the New York Herald discovering Livingston discovering Stanley.
wait a minute. Wasn't it Stanley who discovered Livingston?
I knew they got it wrong.
Goodbye, Walter.
You can't quit now. You're taking a city that's been graft-ridden for 40 years and giving it hope. We'll make such monkeys out of these crooks that nobody will vote for them, not even their wives.
Really?
We'll crucify them. We're going to keep Williams undercover till morning so the Post can break the story exclusive. Then we'll let the governor in on the capture. Share the glory with him.
I get it.
This isn't just a story, it's a career. And you sit there battling about whether you'll catch an 8 o'clock train or a 9 o'clock train. Still a silly schoolgirl. That's all you are.
All right, I'll show you how a silly schoolgirl can write.
Atta girl. Why, they'll be naming streets after you. And cigars. I can see the billboards now. Light up with a Hildy.
Well, wait a minute. We can't just leave Williams in there. One of the other
We'll
fellas...
take him over to my office, huh?
How are you going to get him out? They'll see.
We'll take him out in the desk. Which one's our phone?
This one. It's crawling with cops outside.
We'll lower out of the window to the police. Now quit stalling, keep typing.
Can I ask you that line that the mayor had his house painted by the fire department?
Give him the works.
Walter Burns' office.
Duffy, I want you to tear out the whole front page. I've got an exclusive. Earl Williams caught by the Chicago Examiner.
No fooling.
That's right. I'll have her send it over to you as soon as she's finished.
What about World War II?
When we catch Hitler, we'll do an exclusive on him, too. Oh, and Duffy, I want you to get a hold of Butch O'Connor. Tell him to come up here with a bunch of his wrestler pals right away.
Did they wear their tights?
Sure. And tell him we'll run his picture on the sports page for 2 weeks straight.
But what do I tell them it's for?
I need some furniture moved.
Furniture.
The blackest cesspool in American city life. That's great, Hildy.
Hildy.
Whoa, what the devil do you want? Listen, Bruce, you can't come in here now. We're busy.
Hildy.
Hello, Bruce. Bruce, how do you get out?
Not through any help of yours.
I know, Bruce, but
Don't talk. Type.
I waited and waited. Finally, I wired Albany to send me money so I could post bail. I don't know what they'll think. I had it sent to the police station.
Well, explain everything to them.
I know I got you into this, Hildy, but it does seem you can't care very much for me if you're willing to let me stay locked up for 2 hours.
You've got a point, Hildy.
You shut up. Bruce, I'm crazy about you, so you can just stop talking like that, period.
Got a con's foot. By the way, we've got to lead on something big.
Huh.
A missing heiress.
Another missing heiress?
This one goes by the name of Muffy Vanderhurst.
Holy cow, what do you got?
Kidnapped by anarchists, last seen in the vicinity of Niagara Falls.
Niagara Falls, Niagara Falls. Damn it, how the hell am I gonna get to Niagara Falls? Listen, Duffy, I'm up to my ears here. You're gonna have to send somebody else.
Walter, what was the name of the mayor's first wife?
You mean the one who drank so much? Tilly.
Thanks.
Get back in there, you mock turtle.
Did you say anything, Mr. Burns?
Oh, no, I was just talking to the guys at the office. Hey, guys.
Oh. I wonder what's keeping Mother. She was supposed to come down and get you.
Oh, she was here.
Where'd she go?
Out someplace.
Hildy, where's Mother?
I don't know where she went, but I'm sure she'll return.
Did you give her the money?
No, I was going to, but she left in a hurry.
Then suppose you give me the money, $450.
Right.
And I'll take that certified check, too. I've decided I can handle things around here.
There you go, Bruce. The money, the check, and your wallet. I got it back.
You got it back, eh? There's something funny going on around here.
Come on, Hildy, we gotta keep going.
Okay, Walter.
We're taking the 9 o'clock train and you can meet us at the station.
Fine.
I'll see she's there, Bruce, I promise you.
If she's not there, Mother and I are leaving without.
Well, I know how you feel, Bruce, but you gotta forgive her. She's only a reporter after all.
Suppose she is. I have feelings, too. She left me locked up in a police station.
You too, huh?
Now I've lost my mother.
I'll find her, Bruce. If I have to put every detective in the city on the job. Now, give me a description of your mother. What does she look like?
She's, well, very motherly.
What detail? You'd have made a hell of a reporter. Now get on over to the Missing Persons Bureau. What do you got, Hildy? Let me read. Three taps is me, and don't forget it. You got enough air? Attaboy. That's great, Hildy. Lay into him. Hello, Duffy. You ready?
Mr. Burns.
In the darkest hour of the city's history...
Mr. Burns.
What?
We're having some trouble getting the wrestlers.
Well, did you offer them money?
Sure.
Well, offer them more.
Those wrestlers better get here. Boys will be coming back to phone in.
But you gotta keep going. We gotta get this extra out in the streets before it's too late, huh?
Bruce.
Oh, he'll be back. He went out to get the railroad tickets.
What's going on in here?
Oh, Mr. Bensinger, Mr. Burns was just admiring your desk.
Is this your desk?
Why, yes.
Beautiful piece of furniture.
Walter, Mr. Bensinger feels underappreciated writing for the Tribune.
Is that a fact? Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Walter Burns.
Of course I know who you are. It's quite an honor to have the editor-in-chief of the Chicago Examiner here in my office.
You're too kind, you're too kind. And that was one swell story you had in the paper this morning.
Did you like the poem, Mr. Burns?
The poem? The poem was the best part.
Don't you just love the ending? And all was well outside his cell. But in his heart, he heard the hangman calling, and the gallows falling. And his wife and mother stairs.
Heartbreaking. You sure don't see that kind of stuff in our paper. Most of our writers are lowbrows here, like Johnson. We sure could use some fresh blood.
You don't say.
Duffy! Duffy!
Yeah,
I'm sending Mr. Bensinger over to see you.
from the Tribune? What's up with the poetry?
That's right, Duffy. Ed Bensinger, the Shakespeare of Chicago. Put him on the staff. What are you getting on the Tribune, Ed?
75. It's Roy.
Give him 85 in the byline.
85 what? Cents? Have you ever read that garbage?
Uh-huh. Now, write me a story from the point of view of the escaped man. He hides, cowering, afraid of every light, every sound. Hears footsteps. His heart going all like that, and all the while they're closing in, a trapped animal.
Sort of a Jack London style.
Exactly.
Let me just get my rhyming dictionary out.
I'll have it sent over to the desk. Listen, Duffy, the rat from the Tribune is coming in to write over our poetry column.
What poetry column?
Exactly. After the extra comes out in the streets, kick him out in the streets, tell him his poetry stinks. That'll teach him to quit his paper without giving notice, huh?
Walter, you're despicable.
Thanks.
Hey, boss.
Well, you been in a fight?
Down Western Avenue, 65 miles an hour ago and run smack into a police wagon. Broken half, cops rolling out like oranges.
Where's Mrs. Baldwin?
Search me. When I come to, I was running down 35th Street.
Well, was she all right? Was she hurt?
I should stick around asking questions from a lot of cops with a lot of counterfeit money, a gun, and a kidnapped old lady?
You left her at the scene?
Everything's fine. She's probably squawking her head off at some police station.
Dad, I just know it. What am I going to say to Bruce?
My condolences? If he really loves you, you won't have to tell him anything. Snap out of it. Would you rather have had the old dame dragging the whole police force in here?
You murderer!
If it were my own mother, I'd carry on for the paper.
And you wonder why she kicked you out of the house at 13. I'm going out, Roxy. Where'd it happen?
Western and 34th.
You stay here. I'm going to find out everything. Hello? Hello?
Give me Western 4557.
It's Duffy. They haven't even started yet.
Who? What?
Butch and the Wrestlers.
Haven't started?
Hello, Mission Hospital?
Well,
Was there
tell
an
him
old
it's
lady
knife
brought in
and death. I
from
need
an
that
auto smash-up?
muscle. Shut up, will you?
Damn!
He said he stopped off to see a dame.
A dame? Unbelievable.
Lafayette 2100.
Anyway, it'll be a couple of hours at least.
A couple of hours? They were in a dame alive that's worth a couple of hours of my time.
Huh?
Oh, no, not you.
Hello? Hello, is this the county morgue? Yes, I'll hold.
But he says this one's a combination of Betty Grable and his mother.
How can you beat that? Stood up for a lousy dame. Speaking of lousy dames, Roxy, beat it out of here. Buy me a couple of guys.
Which variety of guys?
Anybody with hair on his chest. I need to lug this desk out of here.
I'm on my way.
And use real money, not counterfeit.
Hello, could you ask the coroner if he's had any recent driveys?
If Roxy isn't back in 15 minutes, we'll start a fire and have the firemen carried out in the confusion. Come here, see if you can move this thing.
I'm going out to find Bruce's mother.
You can't just leave me out on the limb, Hildy.
Just a minute, Johnson.
What's the big idea?
What's your hurry? We want to talk to you.
Who do you think you are breaking in here like this?
You can't bluff me, Burns. I don't care what paper you're editor of.
Something's happened to my mother-in-law. There's been an accident.
Probably going out to get Williams.
Yeah, she and Molly were talking.
I don't know anything, I tell you. You can send somebody with me if you don't believe me.
I wasn't born yesterday, Johnson. There's something very peculiar going on here.
If you've any accusations to make, Sheriff, you can make them in the proper manner.
Come on, give him the third degree.
Yeah. What do you know about Williams?
Just what I read in the papers.
The Chicago Examiner is not obstructing justice or hiding criminals.
Who said anything about hiding criminals?
Yeah.
You're both under arrest, and I'm going to see the Examiner's put under full investigation.
You'll see nothing of the kind, Sheriff.
We'll start by impounding Examiner property. Is this your desk?
No.
It's Bensinger's desk.
Yeah, Prissy Benzinger.
And Prissy Bensinger works for the Chicago Examiner now, so the sheriff wouldn't dare move his desk. It's a federal offense.
Oh, yeah? All right. Confiscate Burns, Johnson, and the desk.
Let go! Give me that.
Where'd you get this gun?
I've got a right to carry a gun if I want to.
Not this gun. This is the gun that...
The gun that what, Sheriff?
Is that the gun Williams used to escape?
How'd he get it?
Whose gun is it, Sheriff?
It's...
It's my gun.
That's right. When I told Walter I wanted to interview Earl Williams, I thought it might be dangerous.
So I
and he
gave her
me
a gun to
defend
defend
myself.
herself. Isn't that right, Sheriff?
Whatever you say, Burns.
So there's no need to confiscate Examiner property or arrest us.
Arrest that man.
Mother, I'm so glad to see you. Are you all right? Where's Bruce?
I insisted he wait outside. I didn't want him anywhere near you, you Jezebel.
What's the idea here?
It was him. He was the one who told them to kidnap me.
What's this Burns kidnapping, eh?
It's a frame job. Now, madam, if you were out drinking and joyriding and got into some scrape, why don't you admit it instead of accusing innocent people?
How dare you?
Mother, he's just crazy.
And I'll tell you why they did it. They were hiding something. Some kind of murderer.
In here?
Mother.
Knew it. Hiding him where?
Madam, you are a cockeyed liar.
Is it safe?
Is what's safe? He's in the desk! Right under our noses! Stand back.
Oh, he's harmless.
Don't take any chances. Shoot through the desk.
Let me out of here!
Mother!
Give me the desk.
Hold the wire. I got a flash for
Hildy,
you.
call Duffy.
Aim for the center. When I count to 3, get ready.
Here we go.
This is gonna be big.
You're gonna hurt. You've got his gun.
Hildy, you want us to get scooped? Call Duffy.
1.
You can't. That's murder.
2.
Just go ahead and shoot.
What you say, Earl?
I said go ahead and shoot. I don't care.
Earl Williams was just captured.
Press room in the criminal court building.
He was hiding in a desk. When they found him, he was unconscious.
He put up a desperate struggle.
Then he tried to shoot it out with the cops.
Duffy, the Chicago Examiner just turned Earl Williams over to the police.
You're both under arrest.
Hartman, you're gonna wish you'd never been born.
An old lady double-crossed him.
Hey, maybe she was an old sweetheart.
Let's go.
Pull it out.
Get me Warden Cooley.
You certainly delivered the goods, Sheriff. Fine work.
Aiding an escaped criminal and kidnapping. We'll wake him up.
Well, looks like about 10 years apiece for you two birds.
We're gonna continue with the hanging per schedule. Me, of course. I caught him single-handed.
You're gonna be in office for exactly 2 days more than we're pulling your face out of the feed bag.
I'll tell you what you'll be doing. Making license plates.
Duffy, get Leibowitz.
All the lawyers in the world aren't going to help you.
You're forgetting the power that always watches over the Chicago Examiner.
The power of the press, huh?
There you are.
Get out of here!
You can't bribe me.
What's this?
Who was bribing you?
They were. They were bribing me to forget about this.
You're insane! Who is this person?
Why, look, it's a reprieve for Earl Williams.
What did I tell you? An unseen power.
Hanging an innocent man to win an election.
That's a lie. I never saw her before.
Oh, here's your card back. I went to that place, and if this is what goes on in the city, I don't want to live here.
What place? Ah, the Pink Pussycat.
I've never heard of it. Why, if this unfortunate man Williams has really been reprieved, well, I personally am tickled to death, aren't you, Pete?
Go on, you'd kill your mother to get elected.
Walter, listen, you're a man.
Just a minute, Mr. Big. Back to work, Hildy. Duffy, stop the presses and get on over here. I've got an exclusive. Now, spill your story, Miss.
Pincus, on the Pincus, that's with a K, assistant to the governor. Well, I went to place on the card and asked for Betty like he said. At first, she told me that they weren't hiring. Then, when she found out I was a customer, she seemed real friendly. Surprised, but friendly.
Led her into a world of depravity, the likes of...
Well, it's official. Earl Williams has been reprieved. This Commonwealth has been spared the painful necessity of shedding blood, so you can take the handcuffs off of our friends, Pete.
I was just going to.
I can't tell you how sorry I feel about all this, Walter. The sheriff totally overreached his authority. I was going to have him removed from the ticket.
Nothing personal. A man has to do his duty.
Remember that when you're reading tomorrow's paper.
Craft beyond imagination from the highest office.
Let's hurry, Miss Pincus. We better get this reprieve to the warden's office.
How was that for a swell jam?
Just like the old days.
We've certainly been in some tight squeezes.
Like the time we broke into the DA's office and copied Fifi Randall's diary.
And proving old Lady Haggerty was poisoned.
Who else would have thought of stealing her stomach from the morgue? The entire police force was after us.
Hiding out in the Shoreland Hotel for a week.
A whole week. Well, you better run if you're gonna catch that 9 o'clock train. I can finish the story.
Well, I don't know. If it's my last story, I'd like to make it a good one.
What about your fiance? He's waiting.
You got a coin we can flip?
Sure. Like the night we did the Shoreland Hotel, remember?
Heads, I sleep in the bed, and you sleep in the tub.
And what did it come up? I forget.
Tails. No
one
one slept in the tub.
All right, here goes. Heads, you leave. Tails, you stay and finish the story. Here goes.
Ah, who are we kidding? We both know I'm staying to finish the story. As Sheriff Hartman's paid gunmen stalked the city streets of Chicago, spreading their reign of terror, Earl Williams was lurking less than 20 yards away.
She's still writing.
She is.
Consider it a personal favor, Walter. You could talk her out of using the word corruption.
Cesspool of corruption, unprecedented
Too
in
late.
the annals of the society.
Say, maybe not. Aren't you a judge? Before you were mayor, you were a judge?
No, there's no need to dig all that up. A lot of those rulings were legitimate, and I gave most of that money back.
No, no, never mind that. We'll trade, favor for favor. For you, Hildy.
Thanks.
A Bible.
Now read.
But the reprieve, Earl Williams' last hope and salvation,
Dearly
was that
beloved,
bribed by the
we
insidious
are
hand.
gathered.
We know where we are. We're here. Skip ahead.
With bullets about to rain down on him, out poked the frightened visage
Walter
of
Burns,
the society
take
of
this
men.
Yes, yes, I'll take it all. Skip ahead.
But the Chicago Examiner single-handedly
Repeat after me,
exposed
with this
every
ring.
single
Ring?
corrupted ring of deceit.
Damn,
and
skip ahead. No, whatever it is I'm supposed to do, I do. Now do her.
Hildy Johnson, do you take this man, Walter Burns, to be your lawfully wedded husband, to love and to honor in sickness or in health, so long as you both do live? Miss Johnson. Miss Johnson.
Now, allow me. Hildy, you think you'll have this done by the morning edition?
I do.
I now pronounce you man and wife.
Done.
You may kiss.
Walter, have you lost your mind?
Yes. Guess what, Hildy? We're married again.
Congratulations.
Married? How? When?
Well, just now. See, you're always buried in your work, and that's been our problem. And you wonder why I divorced you.
Oh, I knew.
We don't want to miss our train.
What train?
Our honeymoon train.
Honeymoon where? In a mine shaft?
No, Niagara Falls. Now toss the bouquet and let's get out of here.
What's going on here?
Duffy, replace the word corruption with depravity and stick this in the front page.
Should we check?
What do you know? Tails, you could stay and finish the story.
Were you at least a little worried, Walter?
Not really.
You had a 50-50 chance of never seeing me again.
Hildy, I got something to confess. This coin I just
It was
flipped is...
double-sided. I know, Walter. It's the same coin you flipped me with that night at the Shoreland Hotel. No heads.
You knew then, too?
I was the one who called tails, you dope.
That's right, you did.
If you haven't noticed, Walter, I'm a bit of a stinker myself.
Welcome back, Hildy.
Welcome back nothing. I still don't see a ring on my finger.
No?
Oh, no, you're not getting away with that.
Next time, Hildy, next time. Niagara Falls, here we come.
We better make tracks. We don't want to be scooped on that missing heiress story.
Restroom. Oh, hello, Mr. Baldwin. Sorry, she just left. Again? What for? Counterfeiting? You don't say.